Welcome to my Atari ST nostalgia trip, and after some lesser known games I felt the time was right to go for an ST classic, so welcome to me having a go and probably failing at Blood Money. Made by DMA Design and published by Psygnosis in 1989, there's not much story to tell. It's sort of a refined version of Mr. Heli, I guess. We scroll in 4 directions, we shoot enemies to collect money, and we use that money to upgrade our ship, so let's just start it up and see how far I can get. Yeah, and look at that nice box art. I mean, the box of the game looks really nice, even if it has absolutely nothing to do with the game. And also in the title screen, even if it does look a little bit green, the loading screens look really nice.
There was men. Now, Psygnosis presents a DMA design game.
Yeah, and I really do like how the game presents itself. It graphically looks really nice, and of course Psygnosis were known for their impressive graphics, and this game really is no exception. It really presents itself quite well from the beginning. And of course any Amiga owner will immediately point out to me that actually the ST version is missing lots of the really cool intros that the Amiga version had, and yes, I know that. The Amiga was hardware, technical, a better machine. We are no longer in competition now, so the machines are both obsolete. Let's just enjoy what they did on the ST and see if it's nice. And yeah, the game immediately goes into some demo mode to show you how the game works, and I'm actually quitting that demo mode. And of course all the option screens have these transitions which take forever. Of course by pressing F4 you can say that you are actually impatient, and then it transitions a lot faster, and I will keep it that way. And I will just start a one-player game. And I will actually start World 2 because I think the music actually fits this world much better than does World 1. And because this music doesn't really have a shoot 'em up atmosphere to it, and which I always found a bit strange. But especially in this world number 2, the music actually fits the animations of the sprites quite well. And I remember the animations really being really nice, which is the main positive thing I remember about this game, to be honest. And my ship also moves quite smooth, but yeah, look at those jellyfish. The animations look really great. But of course there's about to be a lot more of them, and basically what I have to do is just kill the enemies, collect the money, and I can use the money to buy upgrades in the shops. Yeah, the shops will come at some point. Of course my weapon has a very low range. And I just got touched by a jellyfish and immediately died. Probably also because I'm not evading the bullets as well as I should. And I think we see the first reason why I didn't really like this game, because when a lot of enemies are actually on screen, a lot of sprites, the game slows down a lot, and it doesn't slow down on the scrolling, but it actually slows down mostly on my firing rate of my weapon. Look at how slow my weapon is firing now, which I think is really annoying. I mean, because now I'm just not hitting the enemies. It looks like it has no hit detection, and I don't know if these things take multiple hits to kill. I mean, these are quite easy to kill, but yeah, you can see the firing rate is super slow. And now it gets faster again because there's less sprites on screen, and I think for me that's probably one of the most annoying things about the game. And of course I started in World 2, which is way more difficult than World number 1, so this is the reason I'm actually playing with an unlimited lives cheat. Because it takes forever for me to collect any money to actually get some weapons. Yeah, boom, again. I touched the jellyfish because I can hardly... But there's so many of them, and with my firing going so slow... And it's probably because I'm pressing it a bit too fast. I just can't cope with the amount of input. But yeah, I went to a shop and actually I only have $90, so I can't even buy anything. But now I can. So, what? And it didn't allow... Oh, seriously? Because I already went there, it didn't allow me a second time into the shop. That is really annoying. And I'm just dying all the time. At least I don't lose my credits when I die. What you do lose are your weapon upgrades when you die, which is also really... I don't know why they chose that, because actually... I can understand you lose your upgrades, but at least let me... In that case, let me get to a part of the level, spawn me somewhere where it's not like super full of all sorts of enemies. Man, that thing is huge. It's a really big enemy. I think I can... And again, I died from touching the wall. Who in their infinite wisdom thought it was a good idea to make me die from just touching the walls? I mean, what, all those plants super poisonous or something? It's... I think that's actually pretty annoying. So yeah, I'm playing a classic that everybody likes, and as you can probably hear from my comments, I am not a big fan of this game. These also, why don't they give me any money? At least I can get some firepower, so let's do that. And let's hope I don't immediately die, because... Yeah, and these subs are interesting enemies to kill, because... Yeah, there's a big risk, because actually they have quite some firepower. But you get quite a lot of money from them. And... I ran straight into one, and again now I'm having to cope with the fact that I don't have any upgrades left. So I have a super weak weapon, and I have to take a lot of risk to even get a little bit of money from them. And of course these annoying things above me are also still trying to kill me all the time. So yeah, I am collecting money, but it's just... I mean, look at the amount of enemies in screen. How are you supposed to get through this without an upgraded weapon? It's just... It seems impossible to me. Yeah, and while I'm playing, my screen seems to be glitching and flashing from time to time. So I don't know, maybe I messed up some of my emulator settings. I didn't used to do that, so I don't know why it's doing that at the moment. So if you see any glitches in the video, I'm terribly sorry about that. Oh, and I missed the shop, so I actually collected quite a nice amount of money to buy stuff, and I just totally forgot to go in. And I'm dying by touching the wall. Ah! This is so annoying. I think this is why I probably didn't play the game much when I was young. I think I got sick from these very unfair ways to die. And probably if you practice a lot, you get more precision in your controls, and you sort of get better at it. Although, yeah, also in this case, I really don't like that whenever there's a slowdown, it mostly slows down in taking your joystick input, and I think that's the choice. I mean, come on, it should have shown in some test gameplay. Whoa, those enemies are annoying. Because they don't kill me, but they steal my money. And, oh, come on, get away from me. Why am I moving so slow? Wow, I had almost $400 and now I have 70 left. Almost nothing. I lost all my money because of those enormous annoying bastards. That is very disappointing. Yeah, and I do still feel the music sort of suits this level quite well. That was a really dumb mistake. At the same time, the lack of sound effects and the music being very slow, not having any energy, it really makes the game feel... I mean, not engaging at all. And of course now I can go into the equipment shop, but I can barely buy anything. But I will buy some extra... Oh, come on! I was gonna say I'll buy me upgrades so I can kill these off. And of course, while saying that, I immediately got killed off, and it's just... Yeah, the game is beautifully made, but I don't think the gameplay design... The gameplay design could have been a lot better. It's really disappointing. And... Yeah, what I'm going to do is actually quit this level because I also want to play world number 1. And I don't want to keep in this one for too long. Because so far it's actually, as technically clever as the game is, it is sort of disappointing. What I'm going to do is actually switch off the music and choose another one-player game. And then I'm going for world number 1. But first I'm going to lower the volume because the sound effects are a lot louder than the music. And you won't be able to hear anything I say, so I just did that and I'm going into world number 1. And it's actually quite clever that the scrolling doesn't slow down as you play the game. Yeah, and I'm going to collect because as you can hear, the game has a totally different feel to it. Even if it is kind of slow, there's more feel of action, even if it's not that impressive. Even if it's not that impressive, it feels like it has more action to it. Of course, the sound effects are a lot louder. The scrolling is still very slow, and that has to do with the way they implemented the scrolling, which they did in a very clever way. Because actually the screen only scrolls once per 2 frames of animation, and that was a really dumb mistake. Let me kill these copycats. The screen only scrolls once every 2 frames of animation, which makes the scrolling really slow, but it also makes it look a lot smoother. And of course, it mainly looks smooth because it also doesn't take that big steps in the scrolling. If they would do 4 pixel scrolling instead of, this is probably 1 pixel, so this is 1 pixel scrolling every 2 frames of animation. That was again, these are these mouths that steal my money. The game looks, and you can see World 1 is a bit easier, but that makes the game, yeah, it makes the game look very smooth. Wow, I killed off all those enemies and I only collected one $10 coin. That wasn't the most clever thing to do, probably. Yeah, and I know this collecting money for spending in shops for upgrades or spending on upgrades of your choice. And there's some dispute whether Blood Money was the first one or Xenon 2 was the first one. I actually think Blood Money had it before Xenon 2, but they were developed around the same time. So I don't think Xenon 2 sort of looked at this game and then sort of copied this game. But to be fair, yeah, Blood Money didn't really invent it because this is basically a sort of refined, nicely looking Mr. Heli clone anyway. And of course I lost all my pardon me. I lost all my upgrades again because I wasn't looking. And yeah, the game does feel a little bit different. At the same time, oh god, I died from touching the walls again. It doesn't feel that much more like an action game because, yeah, it has nice loud sound effects when you fire. But as soon as you are not firing at anything and just trying to avoid stuff, the game punishes you by going almost completely silent on you. So I'm not sure if I really like this game. It's still, it feels kind of off. It really does. At least I got me some money. But still, I'm not even up to $200, so I can't really buy the really nice upgrades. And yeah, to be very fair, I think this game is mostly boring. And oh, how was I supposed to avoid those? And really? So it was a whole bunch of these things. I killed all of them in one shot and I only got 1 coin, which I even failed to get. Man, I'm such a loser when it comes to this game. Anyway, yeah, the enemies look nice, the animations are nice, the scrolling is clever. As I said, I am really happy that the controls are just normal basic joystick and fire button. And Psygnosis let go of their philosophy of games on these computers needing to be mouse controlled, like they did in Barbarian and Obliterator. So I guess that's some of the positives I can tell about this game. But that's really it. Yeah, I'm probably making some people who really like this game very angry, but it's just... I don't think the game is that well designed. It's just the coins fall down and they fall down exactly where your enemies are. So if you want to kill off a whole bunch of enemies, you're unable to collect the money. And if of course you are trying to collect the money, you basically... You die and use your upgrade, so you need the money to rebuy the same upgrade you had. And that's... I don't know, nah, I don't know what else to say about this game. And whoa, that's a lot of enemies. And again, because of the slowdown, it was again slowing down. I mean, it doesn't really slow down my firing rate. It seems to slow down its reaction to my fire button input. So if you press the fire button too fast, as soon as there's too many enemies in screen, you end up dying because it doesn't understand that you want to fire real fast. It really seems to... Oh, okay, I took a bit of a gamble there, and that was a really stupid gamble. Oh, there's an equipment thing there. Can I still get to it? No, I can't. Well, I can now, but as soon as I will leave it, I will die, because there's no way out for me. But I just want to buy some expensive stuff. What's this? Looks like a big bomb, and I don't know how to use it. But I probably won't be able to. Well, I am, because it lets me out of the shop for without being too vulnerable for a bit. Well, that weapon is pretty useless. So it drops a bomb. Man, that is okay. It enabled me to kill that enemy, but apart from that, that's a really useless upgrade. Absolutely useless. I mean, and I can't even... oh, they're now coming for me. Okay. How am I supposed to use the car? And of course I lost all my upgrades again, which is just really annoying. And you know what? I am bored of the game. I really am just really bored of the game, and it's such a pity. Why do I have to press fire button so often? Come on. But yeah, it's a really pity. It's even to this day, I have such mixed feelings about this game. It is technically pretty well made, even if the game design isn't that good. And they made some very, very clever choices to make it good looking and smooth, which I should really appreciate. But despite some of the novel ideas, the game quickly just feels very, very shallow and boring, and that would not be a problem if the gameplay action was a bit over the top now and then. But unfortunately the game decides to sort of keep its composure all of the time, no matter what I do. And while it is a really nice quality to have friends like that, I cannot deny that the best adventures you ever have are actually with friends that get out of control at least once in a while. Which is probably why I didn't play this game that much back in the day. I just got bored, just like I got bored now, and that's really all I have to say. I don't want to play anymore. And with that, I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.